What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at, I want to say his name's Ansaldi, the right back, now in Torino. He is a transferred position and he has got a very, very big upgrade from the left mid to the right back. I believe he was a 78 left mid and now he's an 85 right back. It's always interesting when they do this because we have Hakimi, who personally for me would have been a right back. I don't quite get why he's a right mid. Maybe, obviously, in Inter, I think he plays for, he may be a right mid. I don't know. I just expected him to be a right back. With these transferred cards, it always adds that different element of how do they play? Are they actually good as a different position altogether? Because it's not as if it's like a centre-back going right back or a right-back going centre-back. It is completely opposite ends of the pitch. It's going to be an interesting one. He's coming in at about 99k on all consoles. Let's get into his review and let me know, have you done any of the frees? Have you done Marquinhos or Ansaldi? And then obviously we'll have someone else at 6 PM tonight. So let me know down below, have you finished any of them yet? Because we have got the 83 times 25, that is giving out so much fodder. Let's get into the review. So we have got him, and I think the one thing that always really kind of points me to this card is A, he got a huge upgrade of plus 9 pace, 8 defending, 10 physical, 4 dribbling, 7 passing, and 1 shooting. Massive, massive upgrade for him. But the one thing that really gets me, the 4-star skills, the 5-star weak foot, a very, very nice combination that we see in big boy Mendy on the opposite side. And he is obviously, I think he's the highest rated. Whether he's the best rated right back in the Serie A now is up for debate. He's literally coming in at 99k in terms of his SBC. We will have a look at that at the end and see what you've actually got to give up for him. Personally, I've used a loan to start with. I probably will go and do this card because he adds a great addition to my Serie A squad. As we've seen with the icon swaps, I've noticed a big kind of gap in terms of everyone's Premier League team compared to everybody's Serie A team. There's always that one team everyone's used, and luckily what I personally like to do is collect cards, so it makes me have a nice kind of position in pretty much every league. Bundesliga, I think there was only 2 gold cards out of the entirety of this team, so it's very nice to get these cards done early on for them icon swaps, and then obviously as we go closer and closer to team of the season, you can give them all up and just whack team of the seasons in. In terms of everything else, then we've got a right-footed player, 5'11", high work rates, and obviously a very, very nice overlapper. He is good on the wing. That is just naturally what he is position-wise, and it still kind of translates into this position as well. I like him on the overlap. I think he does well. He's got the pace. He's got the stamina. Dribbling-wise, it's decent. It's a high average in my opinion, 84 with everything above 80. Good-ish composure. I think for a right back, 83 isn't awful. Again, I always like to strive for more, but in a position where I personally don't think many people will necessarily run a Serie A squad, I think he's actually quite a nice card. Passing-wise, absolutely fine. Defending, absolutely fine. And then the physicals, strength is a little bit lacking. Aggression is up there at the 89. I'm quite happy with that. And the chem style everybody obviously is looking at is either a shadow or an anchor. So you whack a shadow on him, which we will do on the end review so you can have a look on Footbin. It turns him into a 91 rated right back, 97 pace and 92 defending. That is phenomenal. Anchor turns him into a 90 right back, gives him 92 pace, 91 defending and also 87 physical. So for me, I really don't think it matters which one you go for there. I really think both of them do justice on literally either one. If you are kind of finding that the physical side of him is struggling, then Anchor is definitely the one to go. If you're quite happy and you're relatively decent at defending, I think Shadow is a cracking card to go for in my opinion. But let's go into some gameplay and watch him play. As we find him here, I loved him on that overlap. Like I said, he does play that position well, pushing forward. Obviously, it does leave a very, very big space at the back, so you've got to make sure. But you can see just the level of skill, decent dribbling. Obviously, the kind of crossing's not always amazing. You've kind of got to get that right. But I love the 1-2s that he does. We see it consistently with him. Passing the ball back, he's got the space, he's got the passing, and you can see him making them runs straight into the goal there. And then, unluckily, we managed to get the pass across, and the defender manages to get a leg out. And before you know it, he's going back, he's going to defend, and that's what we need from him. Someone who's going to get forward, but then with the high defensive work rate as well, he is back as soon as. We managed to get this ball through just onside, and then obviously Mertens is going to bury that. There's no way he doesn't, but I really liked him as a kind of attacking right back. Defensively, he's nice. I don't think personally he's the best right back in terms of defensive stats. I personally like Walker. I like Bellerin. I have been using Zambrotta just because he is in my icon pack, and honestly, he is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But he does cost a hell of a lot more than these sorts of players. So that's kind of like just a one look. It's like saying, oh, R9's probably the best striker in the game. Well, it is, but you've got to pay extraordinary amounts to get that striker. And you can see consistently, you can see from the clips, and I try and make it almost like it focuses on what the best points are. I like his running. You see the ball in, it's into a mobile, and he smashed it. And that's what he does. So if we do go into the overall, as you can see, 99, 98, practically both 99. We have got some nice links for him as well. Torino, obviously, he is the best. I think he is the best rated. Sirigu in net. Belotti normally gets quite a few informs, to be fair, so that's quite a nice one. We have got a kind of a nice strong link with Freeze Rodriguez, who again we have done in this team as well. Not a bad player, just as a sneak preview. He's not personally my favourite CDM. He has come from a left back into a CDM, but a nice strong link for Ansaldi if you do get him. It's not a little bad combination there. And in terms of Argentina links, plenty as you can imagine. You've got the Messis, you got the Maradonas, the Crespos, the Varons, the Zanetti, who does take his position. Dybala, Gomez, a nice strong. I don't think that's a perfect link. I think that it's a strong link still, because I believe you've got to be same nation and club to get the perfect. But a nice strong link nonetheless, and only coming in at 140. Quite a nice cam if you do ask me. Aguero, Martinez, who is going to be a nice link down the right. You could have the nice trio of Ansaldi. You could have Gomez as a centre mid, and then Martinez as the right wing, just to get them links. I know you don't necessarily need it. And then you've got someone like Correa, who has got the potential to go up as well. A Campos as another Argentinian winger. And you can imagine the Serie A is still pretty up there. You've got the CR7s. Koulibaly's now a 90, which is just amazing. Very, very nice card there. A mobile if you wanted to put him as CDM. Mertens. The list goes on and on for this. And I think they're starting to now, we're really starting to see a nice kind of group of specials, which I always do, I do like, because you can kind of make that team something different. And these objectives always make that worth it. So you've got a random ass team that you can go with, and it works really, really well. In terms of the stats, as you can see, I'll show you the shadow is very, very appealing. Like that is just a cracking right back right there already. If you was to go with the anchor, I feel like that for me already screams that's better. Because of the upgrade of the physical, the defended stays exactly the same in terms of what you get from it, bar from the +1. You maybe get a bit more interceptions, but I think getting that physical is actually quite a nice little stat to put up. Then you do get the pace necessarily decreased from the shadow. You only get 92 rather than 97. But I think for me, 92 is absolutely fine if you are decent at defending, in my opinion. In terms of the overall then, personally I've given him a 9 out of 10, mainly because he's a cracking right back in the Serie A. I think the SBC is quite cheap. I do rate the SBC. And honestly, just a different card. Nice links, good price, decent position. I'm quite happy with him. As we have a look at the SBC, just to finish off this video for you, it is a 85 rated team, 1 team of the week, 65 chem, and 1 Serie A player. So if we do have a look at the kind of prime example, if it does want to let me in, which it doesn't look like it wants to let me in actually. Let's try this again for some reason, but okay, get rid of that. In terms of the SBC, if it does let me in, I can kind of show you, which it is now. Loyalty will stay away from that one. Obviously, do your own squad. That is white, Jesus. Okay, don't look like it's letting me in, to be honest. We'll cancel out of full mode and see why is this not actually working for me. Let's just go on a random one. I don't think it's working, but you get the gist of it. An 85 rated squad, normally you can pretty much guarantee. Let's have a look here. You can guarantee it's not necessarily going to be that expensive. If you are doing the icon swap packs, that's going to be an easy one to complete. You're looking at about 7 to 8k per 85. You throw in an 86 there, not a problem. You can kind of downgrade one to an 84 or an 83. That personally is the best way, and I would suggest using this little tool right here. You can go to an 85. You can basically pick your fodder that you're willing to give up in your club and think, oh, okay, I've got 2 88s. What can I give up with 86s, for instance? I give up 3 85s and 6 84s. Maybe I've got an 88 that's a duplicate. That means I can give up 4 86s, 1 84, an 82, and 4 81s. you get my drift. You can use this as your advantage. It means that you don't have to worry about the SBC entirely. You can kind of figure out what positions you need and then just pick the rating. But apart from that, hopefully you did enjoy this video. Let me know down below what you think about this card and who you are wanting in the next few days for the Freeze SBCs. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.